I want to ask you something before I say anything else. If you invented the most important safety technology in the history of automotive industry, something that has by conservative estimates saved over 1 million lives, what would you do with the patent? Volvo held that patent exclusively, legally, for as long as they chose to. In 1959, they gave it away for free to every car manufacturer on the planet. No licensing fee, no royalty, no conditions. Volvo gave away their biggest competitive advantage and became the most trusted car brand in history because of it. I've been thinking about this for years. I first came across this story a few years ago, I guess, yeah. And my initial reaction genuinely was that it didn't make business sense. Why give away your strongest proof point? Why hand your competitors the very thing that makes you different? That reframe, that what this channel is for. New Decode every week. Subscribe. Now, let's go back to 1959. Niels Bolin was Volvo's safety engineer. He had come from Saab, where, and this detail always gets me, he had been engineering ejector seats for fighter jets. He understood at a level most people don't what happens to the human body under the sudden violent impact. The belt he designed wasn't the first seat belt. Lap belts already existed. But lap belts had a problem. They caused severe internal injuries in crashes. Bolin's 3-point design distributed the force across the chest and pelvis simultaneously. It was, in the most literal sense, a life-saving engineering breakthrough. Volvo patented it in 1959, and almost immediately, their board made a decision I find remarkable. They made it standard on all Volvo vehicles, and then they released the patent, open, free, available to any manufacturer who wanted it. The official reason? This technology saves lives, and lives shouldn't be gated behind a competitive advantage. This unofficial reason, and I think is the most interesting one, is that they understood something profound about how brand trust actually accumulates. They didn't need to own the technology, they needed to own the story of why they gave it away. They didn't give away a patent, they gave away proof and kept the story. What Volvo did has a name in consumer psychology: benevolent signal theory. The idea that the most credible proof of a stated value is the willingness to pay something real for it. Any brand can claim they care about safety, dozens do, but Volvo didn't claim it. They demonstrated it at actual cost, and the magnitude of the sacrifice was paradoxically exactly made every safety claim afterward completely credible. 3 places benevolent signal psychology is running right now in 2026. Patagonia's Worn Wear program literally tells people to buy less. That's against their short-term sales interest, which is precisely why it's the most powerful trust signal in their category. The sacrifice is the message. Open source technology companies releasing code that they could monetize. The act of giving it away is the signal. Brands publishing unfavorable data beyond what regulations require. The transparency costs them short-term. It builds something far more durable over time. The most powerful proof of a brand value is what you are willing to give up for it. The 4-step truth, as clearly as I can state it: 1. Identify the single value your brand will own, not partially, completely. 2. Make a sacrifice that proves the value at real, visible cost. Let the sacrifice become the story, not the product, not the feature, the act itself. 4. Protect the positioning against every short-term commercial temptation to walk away. You don't build trust by claiming your values, you build it by paying for them. Which brand do you think genuinely lives its stated values, and which ones, in your experience, are just performing them? Drop it in the comments. That's exactly the kind of conversation I want to have here. See you in the next decode.